still she's an Umbridge thrill seeker, queen of the shelf, finding Dolores in pieces of herself. Rules above truth, charm over choice, every thrill a silent voice. So raise a teacup to the seeker, so thrilled in a world of kittens and punishments fulfilled. Yes, she's an Umbridge thrill seeker.
Hi, welcome to the Umbridge office and the Umbridge Thrill Seeker channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Umbridge and Azkaban. Of course, most of the focus in the Harry Potter world has always been about Sirius Black and Azkaban, Bellatrix Lestrange and Azkaban, and sometimes Lucius Malfoy and Azkaban, and very little about Umbridge's stint in Azkaban. However, with the opening of Epic Universe and the trial of Dolores Umbridge and some of the things that they released, there's renewed interest in Umbridge and Azkaban. There's not a lot of merch out there that's officially authorized, but I've pulled together a bunch of things from various sources, most of which are unofficial, to make my own little Umbridge Azkaban collection, and that's what I'm going to show you today. The first thing is this t-shirt. It says, "I must not tell lies," and it has Umbridge with a couple of cats, and she's got a pink striped Umbridge Azkaban outfit. Now, I could imagine that if Umbridge was sentenced to Azkaban, she would want to somehow work in pink on her Azkaban outfit, maybe coloring in the stripes in her cell or who knows what. So when I went to Epic Universe, that's the kind of outfit that I wore. I wanted something that would be cool in the Florida heat, but would reflect Umbridge and Azkaban. So I bought this pink striped dress from Amazon, and of course I had some cuffs, handcuffs on my hands, and I held up this sign, which is a number that I've seen in photographs that was supposedly Umbridge's number, although I don't know that there's ever been one officially notified about. So that, and I also wore this hat that says "Make Azkaban Great Again," kind of a play off the MAGA organization in the US. So I would think that you know, she wanted to make Hogwarts great. She probably wanted to make Azkaban great again, great in her own mind. So that was my little hat. I wore that because that was more practical than making a little prison hat. A lot of people make the little, you know, round prison hats, but pillbox size. But I thought this was more practical in the Florida heat, and it did turn out to be that way. So that was my little Azkaban Umbridge outfit. I was able to pose and take a lot of pictures in front of the various sets in the Ministry of Magic, because it was at a time when the ride was not running and they just let you come in and take tours. There really weren't that many people there, so it was a perfect time to get the photographs that I wanted. I also have a small collection of pins, as you can see here. You can see this one where she's holding a number, Umbridge. That pin is made by This Is a Magical Story. I'm not totally sure that they're still making pins. Then there's this cool Umbridge number, and this one they put UMB0, looks like a small lowercase h maybe. That was done by Looney Lovegood. She also did this Have You Seen This Witch Umbridge poster when Umbridge was wanted to be, before she went to Azkaban. And then there's this one by Zero Pens, which is the Daily Prophet, and it has imprisoned Dolores Umbridge, arrested, tried, convicted, and given a life sentence in Azkaban for crimes against Muggleborns. So I have that, and then I've just put a few Dementor pens mixed in there. Although I think at the time that Umbridge went to Azkaban, the Dementors had been removed from there. So what other things I have this cute little ornament. It is a Daily Prophet, and it says Umbridge stands trial today and has a picture of Umbridge on it. I thought I bought this on Etsy, but I went back to look it up. I couldn't find where I bought it. But wherever I bought it, they did not have an Umbridge one as an ornament. and I asked them if they could make one, and of course they said yes and made it, and I was able to get that. So that's going to go on my Umbridge Christmas tree this year. Be a nice addition. And actually you can like move through here and see all the different pages about Umbridge. And then here we have one that says Umbridge suspended pending investigation. And this one has a picture of her with Filch in a photograph. And that was, of course, before she was convicted, when she was first being investigated. Here's another one that has an article, Umbridge from Power to Prisoner, and shows her in her prisoner outfit, which is interesting, and has a whole article about it. I have this one where it says life sentence in Azkaban for Dolores Umbridge. And this one was given to me at Epic by my friend Angie Kaysen. She actually made this, and then she added an article here that has me on it, which has few show support and talks about my support for Umbridge. Has a lot of neat things. Also has a picture that has her on it right here on the back. This is like a handmade Daily Prophet that's pretty awesome, and one of my favorite Azkaban Umbridge things. So I have this. It's a totally readable Azkaban that's actually absolutely hilarious. I also have this special edition one where it talks about Umbridge stands trial today, and they have a picture of her with her cat scarf and, of course, the Slytherin locket. So it's another readable one, but a little bit smaller size. And in there, it also has the Umbridge suspended pending investigation. I also found this officially authorized frame, and I changed the numbers on it to reflect those that I've seen most often for Umbridge as her Azkaban number. And I put a picture of her. It's actually the picture where she is holding the sign, but of course in the frame it's built in. So I have this on my shelf for Umbridge Azkaban. That's kind of cool. Also, I took the Bellatrix Lego and took the head off of an Umbridge Lego, and I swapped it. And so now I have my own Umbridge Azkaban Lego. I, of course, painted the Lego pink so it would reflect how I think Umbridge would be, and she's got the little handcuffs on there, and she's got this astonished look, of course, about why is she in Azkaban. Also, in the same light, I also did the same thing with a Pop Funko. I took the Pop Funko from Bellatrix and exchanged the heads, and I added a Dementor Pop Funko, and of course the cat Patronus, because she can do a cat Patronus. And then I put it all in this phone gel. Apparently this is something on Amazon you can buy where everybody in a meeting locks their phones up. But it was perfect to make a little Azkaban gel cell for my Pop Funko Umbridge, and it sits on my Azkaban shelf for Umbridge. Also, when I was at Epic Universe, I got the ride folder, which talks about Umbridge sentenced to Azkaban. And instead of having a ride photo, I have a bunch of photos of me dressed in my little prisoner outfit. But this ride folder is probably the best ride folder I've ever seen. It's really, really cool. And I enjoyed putting these other photos in it to remember my trip. And the very last, but probably my favorite Azkaban item, is this frame. It, of course, has moving pictures, just like you see in Epic Universe. This was made by Tiffany Gallagher on Facebook. She had made some different ones, and I asked her if she could do a Dolores Umbridge one, and she said sure. And she made this one, and I got it, and I have it on all the time. It reminds me a lot of the poster in Epic Universe that you see where she's on there. And of course, she's got her prison outfit on. So that basically wraps up everything that I have that is Umbridge Azkaban related. And of course, if you know of other things, please comment below or message me on Instagram. I'm Magical Life of a Collector. And you also can find me on Facebook as Chocolate Frog Fan Club. I have that page, and also a Chocolate Frog Wizarding World Fan Club group as well. And you can message me at one of those places or comment below, of course. I would love to add to this collection. I've really been wishing that a pen maker would make a pen that's Umbridge in her prison suit, because that hasn't been done before, and that would be really on topic right now. So I'm hoping for that. I've been hitting around to a couple of pen makers, hoping that they will come across and make it. And of course, as always, if you could please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe. We're a new channel, don't have that many subscribers, not that many people are seeing us due to the YouTube algorithms. So anything you can do with a like or a subscription would be fantastic to help the channel get a jump start. So thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Goodbye.
Oh, she's an Umbridge seeker, wand-waving antiquer, teacup hoarder, rule enforcer, pink lipstick streaker. In a cardigan shrine, she's feeling just fine with 1,000 Dolores dolls in a perfect line. She's got power trip posters, ministry pins, a closet full of peek where the madness begins. Don't cross her rules or she'll raise that plaque, and must not tell lies in red, almost black.